So, I want to talk to you today about the one-handed use of our metal match. Wonderful device for starting fires. Requires two hands. Maybe there are some occasions when you won't have two hands to use it. So I'm going to show you a few techniques on how you can get a little bit of a fire going with just one hand. For this particular demo on this one, I'll use my fixed blade knife there, and then just my 4" by 1/2" metal match that you've seen before. I've been playing with some pitchwood today, so I got some pitchwood scrapings and shavings in there. I got my brace and my platform. Whenever I build my fires, I always do a brace and platform kind of thing. Platform keeps the tinder off the ground and from collecting moisture, and your brace helps keep your tinder from getting smashed. Also provides for good airflow when you start putting your wood on. But in the realm of our experiment here today, our brace is going to allow us to get our fire going with just one hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our fixed blade right over our tinder here. Hopefully this will work. And then we're going to step on the handle and draw the metal match across. So one hand only. Let me get into position here. And there we go. It was a little rocky there. It was my first time doing this in a long time this way. I gotta kind of gummed up my knife a little bit, but that's okay. Normally I don't like to use the edge of my knife. I like to use the spine, but because this particular knife's edge or spine is rounded, it won't strike a spark. But alright, for this one, as you may have noticed in the other one, due to my lack of practice, but also it takes a little bit of balance to do that other one. You know, you're balancing, squatting down on your knife blade and whatnot. So what I did here on this one was I drove my knife point first into this log here. Now of course you would have everything all set up ready to go right down here. I got a stick of pitchwood, and then this one we'll use like my fire steel. So what we'll do is we'll take our knife and our stick of pitchwood here, and we'll kind of, let me come in a little bit so you can see here. We'll draw in one direction, and because the spine of my knife is squared off and sharpened, you know, I can make a little pile of scrapings like this. Now I will say that you know, this is not the most easiest thing to do. I mean, of course, you know, you're in a situation where you're operating one-handed anyway, so nothing's really going to be easy. There we go. Get a clean edge here. And now, if you got this knife is pretty stout, so it can handle being driven point first into this blade or this log, and then having this lateral stress applied to it. So if you know you got a weak knife, you know, or a knife you don't feel comfortable doing that with, then you might want to try the other technique or something else. Now we'll take our fire steel and hopefully haha, well, so there we go. We got a little bit of a flame there. Get my knife out of the way and then get my shavings that I knocked all over creation. And so as we can see, that technique is definitely not ideal. That was the first time I actually ever tried doing that one, so maybe if I had some better tinder or a better setup, but you know, hey, is what it is. So we're going to move on to the next technique, which is going to involve our Swiss Army knife, and in particular our saw blade. So what we done was we took our saw blade and I sawed a notch into this log right here, and it just so happens to be enough for this striker to get in there. It's about half the depth or a little more. So now, same process as before. Just gonna get a good spot on our pitchwood here, and now, with these strikers, it's like everything else. It's good to scrape the edge or square off the edge so you get a nice kind of sharp edge here. So we're just gonna draw it back and forth here, getting my shavings everywhere, but hey. Then we take our shaving pile and we'll place it here, and then we're going to make a slow scrape across here. And look at there. So that's definitely the ideal technique, I think. I've done this one a couple of times before. The other one I've never done before, and the first one I showed you a couple of times, but this one here, I like this technique a lot. Provides the most amount of control, but it also most amount of control in that you're not knocking your tinder everywhere, and you get a nice good solid scrape. So obviously I need more practice in my one-handed fire techniques, but hopefully that'll give you some idea of how to go about this if you're ever in that type of situation. And so you folks have a good one and enjoy the nice weather we're having today.